Howdy folks, Pilgrim here. This was given, let me check my mini diary here. Don't ask how many I have. This was in November the 25th. This was given November 25th on 2008. Which is an interesting date because it was only after November 25th, about a month or so after, that certain laws were passed that fulfilled the meaning of this vision, of this dream. In the dream, I'm at a football match, and it wasn't about the sport. I was at a soccer match, as Americans call it, a socialist sport. Okay, that was the part that was prominent in the dream. The fact that it was a symbol of socialism to me, because I've avoided watching soccer or having anything to do with it ever since I came here, just out of principle. You know, I love American football, and I'm just all into American sports. I love that very, very much. It separates me from the world I came from. But having said that, here's the atmosphere of the dream. Okay, I was at a soccer match, a socialist sport, and there was Obama in the crowd, but he had the presidential seats. Yeah, there's some kind of prominent seats, his own private box, and so on, and where he could oversee the whole game. So even when I was watching this happen, I understood that the game, the sport that was being played down there, didn't represent a sport. It represented what was being done with society. He was overseeing the whole thing. And there was something which I said or did about him, something that I spoke about him, that displeased the authorities, that displeased him, not directly, but through his deputy authority. Okay, I was immediately surrounded, and the dream got real specific here, by men from the FCC. Okay, I think it's the FCC they call it. These are the authorities that laws were passed only after November 2008. A little while after that, laws were given to the FCC to oversee what was being said on the internet. This dream was given first. And in the dream, I was immediately surrounded by men from the FCC who were seeking to arrest me for something that I had said online. And when that happened, they took me out of the game. They led me away from the crowds and out of the game. And in the dream, I turned around and I middle fingered Obama, which is something I would never ever do in real life. I just don't communicate that way. So I'm not quite sure what that represents. But I middle fingered him, and then they immediately came around me again, even closer, asking me if it was to him that I had done this thing. And so they want to press charges even as they're removing me. Now, according to the Constitution, once you're a citizen, you're subject to American laws. What has never been done before, which was done after November 2008, I think it was in early 2009 or so, was that Obama had laws passed that anyone found criticizing the president, even though he was a naturalized citizen of the United States, an American citizen. What has never been done before is that he could have his citizenship revoked, and he could be deported from the country. Those laws, and not being able to criticize the president, and having a citizenship revoked, which is unconstitutional, those laws were passed after 2008. So I believe I was being shown things ahead of time that were going to happen, and they did happen that way. They happened exactly that way. Those laws have now been passed, and Americans have had their citizenships already revoked, and they have been deported. That's been happening the last couple of years with specific individuals, but I think in the future it's going to increase. It's going to increase a lot more, especially from this point onwards. To me, it was a shocking display and revelation of how far literally lawlessness is going. Now, that brings me to my last point. The next video. Watch it very carefully. Watch it very carefully. And note the date that it was given in conjunction with everything that you see happening now on our southern border, and take the warning that is given in the next video. Note the date, watch it carefully, compared to what is happening now, because it was given well in advance, and it is spot on. And this is my proof that it was God, to me, that it was God who was speaking. And it's amazing. God bless you, and perhaps we'll see each other soon.